All right, seventh inning stretch here with you. Friday night edition will be live. Well, you'll hear us here Saturday morning on the recording here. I got Logan Stone with me. You got Josh Edwards in the background. He's cooking for a dinner of 700 people for his. I mean, can you believe all the people he has invited to his daughter's birthday party? No, I'm just kidding. Josh will be
And
joining
I
us
never got
on
an
the air.
invite.
Never got an invite.
Where's yours?
I
Did you
could have
get an
flown out.
invite?
It would have only been a
Man,
6 hour.
whatever. See if we
Five,
care.
5 hour flight. It's a good chance. But Josh read the room well on that one. But we're going to get into some baseball talk here tonight. Giants still in it. We'll kind of get into that a little bit. A small trade here in the Major League Baseball's sale to the Cubs. Me and Logan talked a little about that. Susie, you out there? Are the Astros still have a chance to be one of the best teams in the American League? Seventh inning stretch here with you right now. Logan Stone, I want to start there. Astros. Like I said at the beginning of the year, I always felt like they were. It's just the team to beat in that division. Give me any team. Angels, your little run there with them. The Mariners, they get off to a hot start. Yeah, Pena playing out of his mind right now. The division has not taken advantage of their slow start at all. There was a great chance for the Rangers and the Mariners to really pull away, and they could not early in the season. So the Astros obviously now have about a 4 or 5 game lead here tonight, entering the night. Astros, what do you make of them? They're kind of in a weird team, right? They got 5 game lead right now. So I mean, what do you kind of think of the Astros right now?
Yeah, they have a lot of things that are just that shouldn't work. I think last time I looked, they only had like a lineup of left-handed hitters or right-handed hitters, I should say. And it was, they had faced like the hardest had the hardest schedule at the beginning of the season, so it was kind of weird. But they've got some really good players. Jeremy Pena has been playing out of his gourd. Hunter Brown has been really, Cy Young favorite in the AL. One of them.
I would say he would definitely be top 3. I would think if you ended it voting, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and it's just so. And they've, other than that, it's kind of weird. They've had some weird. Just kind of. I don't want to say luck, but it's just interesting how they've still become the favorites to win the division after halfway through to June. So, that's also like just because of a Mariners meltdown. There's also been the Rangers just.
So is it the division more?
I don't know. I kind of feel icky saying that, but I do think it. You blame the division just a little bit. Let me look at the.
The division right now.
They're 39 and 30. So
the Angels are in second with the Mariners, 33 and 34. Rangers right there. Is this a real run? Is this a team in the American League that you believe could make a run to the AL pennant?
No. I don't believe they're that good. Unless they just went and spent at the deadline. But
kind of underperformed. He could play better.
Walker
could play better.
Oh yeah.
Alvarez can be better, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here a little bit.
It's kind of weird. It's just not. Jordan was not hitting well before he got injured. Altuve has just been on a downward spiral, and then he was forced to play left field, which I don't know if he's still playing left field or not, but
he is.
Is he? Okay. So, it's just kind of weird. I'm trying to look up their stats right now, but I keep getting distracted. But so it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know. It's like they're gonna get an easier schedule the rest of the way. So it's kind of. There's no real reason to doubt them.
Win the division or not right now?
Division?
Are they winning the division?
Yes.
And you felt that confident at the beginning of the year?
No, I thought they were going to be bottom of the barrel. I thought they were going to be below the Mariners, Angels, and Rangers.
So I blame the division more. I mean, I know
Yeah,
this division.
I do
well.
too.
I feel like I know this division better than obviously any other division.
Right.
And and like the Mariners again continue to disappoint. They continue to underperform in key levels. The Rangers, as we'll get into in a couple segments here, I want to say some thoughts on them. I still think there's a little light for them. The Angels are making a push, like you said, a little bit. I don't quite believe in them enough to actually consider them a threat. And the A's have obviously fallen off planet Earth, so they're not even involved anymore at this point. But in this division, it's so weak. It's weak. Yeah. It's not a good division.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at their, I mean, they don't really have anyone outside of Pena, who is just raking. Isak Paredes is doing really well, awesome. But I mean, they've got 4 of their guys who are playing who have a below average on base percentage. Yanier Diaz has just not been great. Christian Walker has kind of picked it up, but he's just not. I mean, he's still not.
Pena and Brown.
Yeah, it's Pena, Brown, and Paredes, and yeah, I mean, Yanier or Jordan Alvarez has been below average. Cam Smith has been good, but I mean, they don't really have the power guys. Jake Myers has been solid for them, but
Hader's bounced back though. Hader has bounced back a little bit.
Yeah, Hader. I mean, their pitching has been really good too. I guess that's really been what's been keeping them in. Framber Valdez has a 3.10 ERA. Hunter Brown 182. Good Lord. And then
he's been unreal.
Yeah, Ronel Blanco's injured, right?
Yep, he's out for the year.
Yeah. And then, but I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Edwards. I know he's cooking chicken right now, but you believed in the Mariners at the time. Are you dead on them now?
I'm not dead on them because of the division. And again, I think
the Astros. Let's go.
I don't believe in the Astros. But again, I don't believe in the division. The Astros have shown weakness already this season, so there's nothing that says we won't see it from them again. Sorry, Susie. All love in the world for you there, but I don't know, man. This division seems really weird to me. I still think it should be the Mariners to run away with, but their offense is now, like I was saying earlier in the season, the offense is doing just enough for their excellent pitching to carry them. Well, now the offense has fallen down a little bit, and they're not rolling like they were before, so the pitching can't carry the team day in and day out over and over again. So I'm not dead on the Mariners because of the division they're in. I think the Rangers could sneak up in there. I got to see them, I mean, Logan was at the game, so I obviously paid attention to when they played the Cardinals. That's a good team over there. They're young. They have some immaturities, but that's a good team in Texas. I wouldn't count them out either.
Big Cal, 26 home runs as well for the Mariners.
He's the reason I got to keep the Mariners in it, dude. He is my pick for MVP over Judge, hands down this year, because he is right now the most valuable player on any team in the AL.
Me and you can disagree slightly on that one, but I hear what you're saying in terms of he is valuable towards the Mariners. Logan, I was going to go back to just real quick to Astros. My final thoughts was, to me, it comes down to Pena. I mean, when he came up a couple of years ago and was the MVP in the World Series, you thought he was going to take the next step. He hadn't take the next step, and now he's living up to that potential. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what the Twins are getting out of Buxton this year. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, for right now, for 2 months, it's like, this is the guy.
He's really good, but
So we still have 4 months to go. So let's hold the brakes a little bit. But right now, you're like, okay, this is the star we saw. Can we see it throughout a whole season that we haven't seen with Pena? And if he does, the Astros jump right back to being the heavy favorites because a lot of people thought of him not that way anymore. And then obviously,
and it's kind of weird because like he was. I mean, he was pretty bad offensively. I mean, he was a solid shortstop option defensively, but I mean, other than that, I mean, he would always pop up or pop out, and so it's really interesting. I did want to say, like, they are 14th in offense, and they are top 5 in pitching. So, I mean, really, their bullpen is amazing. Their starting rotation could use some help. I mean, outside of Valdez and Brown, they could really use a starter. But I mean, so this is kind of my thing, though. And just the more that I'm thinking about it, like we talked about how this is a weird deadline year, right? I mean, there's not with the more, and I know we're probably going to talk about this later, but with more teams allowed in the playoffs, we're kind of getting less teams that are sellers, and so we don't really know who's selling and who's buying at the moment.
The D-backs would be a seller right now, for example.
Yes,
But if you look at the wild card, they're not.
Yeah, and they're barely above 5. I mean, they're not even above, they're under 500 now.
But you'd be pissed as a fan base if you sold.
I don't think I would. I think
3 games out, 3.5, I'd be pissed.
If I'm the Diamondbacks,
if I'm a D-backs fan, yeah.
I think when you see all the contracts that are up at the end of the year and what you could get for Suarez, Gallen, Kelly, guys who you don't really see re-signing, especially with what the ownership is like, I can't imagine them paying them. So I would say get whatever you can for these guys. I would not be angry at all. I would say, hey, let's rebuild. Let's get some guys that can help us next year, the year after, and then we can actually make a run at a wild card or even the division. I mean, we've seen that the Dodgers are not have a chink in their armor, and anyways, so back to the Astros. So it's kind of weird. Like, who do they get? Like, I mean, you can't really get a first baseman, I would think. I mean, you can't have 2 failed first baseman contracts in a row. They need a starter.
Yeah,
they need some hitting. They need a solid guy outside of Alvarez and Pena. And I just don't know who that guy is right now.
O'Hearn could be somebody for them.
Ryan O'Hearn would be good. But I mean, I also don't think like
How about Cedric Mullins? That would be a guy I would like for them.
That would be a really cool pick, but he's kind of been on the he's been falling a little bit this year. So I'm kind of, and maybe if you put him in a solid like between Alvarez and Pena, that would be really like he could really thrive.
I just like the idea of him with that lineup.
You dislike it?
I like the idea of him with.
You like it? Okay. But yeah, so I think it's weird, but I also like. And with Ryan O'Hearn, like that's a really good pickup. But I mean, Ryan O'Hearn has been a nobody before 2025. So
Cody
I mean,
Ross,
I would not. I want to go and get Ryan O'Hearn, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off on him, and then Pena, and then you're just screwed the rest of the season. So it's going to be very interesting. So I mean, I still think the Astros win the division. And maybe the Rangers make a solid comeback, and maybe the Rangers trade Patrick Corbin. So, I mean, but I don't know.
All right, so you have the Astros winning the division. I have the Astros winning the division. Edwards, do you have the Astros winning the division?
Nope.
Not
right now. It's too open. I'm going to say it's going to be between the Rangers, the Mariners, and the Astros. But I can't give it to the Astros yet. I got to see more.
So no pick is what you're saying.
No pick yet.
All right.
And we're not even – and it's sad that we're not even talking about the Angels, which they're – what is it? They're 33 and
do you believe them yet? Do you believe in them yet?
They're about where I thought they would be. I mean, just at the 500 mark.
But you wouldn't put money if your life is on the line.
No,
you wouldn't put money ahead of them over the Rangers or the Mariners, would you?
No. I think I had them third above the Mariners.
Do you still believe that?
It'll be close. I think the Mariners and the Angels will end up close, unless the Mariners just decided to break the tradition and decide to buy players at the deadline.
They're keeping Trout at DH a little bit as well. Hey, I got a question for you as we move on. All right, who would be able to sell the most tickets as a player outside of Ohtani, Judge, and Skeets? So if you went to a game,
outside.
So other than those 3 guys, who would sell? Like, who would you be like? I'm going to a game to go to, and then also think about like the fan that's not a fan in that regard. You know what I mean? Like not your hardcore baseball fan. Who would they go to see? So I was thinking like, yeah, like for me as a hardcore fan, I'm like, I'd want to see Scooble, but I know most fans wouldn't vote that. Like, right, that he's not going to be that. So I was trying to think who's the next like real star. Maybe it is Mookie Betts. Maybe it's Freddie Freeman, but I don't know. Like I thought about them as Dodgers, but they weren't like necessarily my next Is it
So
is it
it's
Tatis? Is it Cruz?
yeah.
I don't know.
I was thinking Tatis. Like I just think, and maybe it's more of the San Diego atmosphere and the team itself than it is. I mean, I think it is mostly Tatis, but I think it's also the San Diego atmosphere and Machado with him and all these guys. And I mean, it's San Diego, so it's a beautiful day, anyways. But I think if I was taking someone who's not necessarily a fan to a game, I think I would say, "Oh, we're going to see Fernando Tatis Jr."
not Soto or Lindor.
I don't think new fans would respect Soto as much as I mean, like
What an
just because.
what an eye. What an
Yeah, I'd be like, look at him walking. I'd be like, yes. But
how about like Turner, Harper? You know,
yeah,
Acuna Jr. would be the next one for me.
yeah.
He would be Acuna Jr. would be the next guy. Like he would be the fourth guy on my list. I'd be like, I'm showing up to watch this guy play baseball.
I think I would if it was October baseball, I would say Harper, yeah, for sure.
Not
Harper
Acuna?
is just a different animal. I do like Acuna.
I mean, he's pretty electric.
He is. I don't know. The Braves atmosphere just doesn't seem.
Yeah, but him as a player, why would you?
Yeah,
show
right.
Like you're talking him, like he'd be the guy you show up for, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of them. He's top 5. Yeah, outside of Ohtani, Judge, and Skeens. Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, I think it would be.
How about
Tatis?
Ellie Deli Cruz fell on that top 5?
No.
Because I always think of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. a little bit when he played for the Expos, and I got to watch him play when I went at the Giants Stadium. I thought he threw a guy out from right field. Like he wasn't at that time considered a top 15 player. He was top 20, top 30 probably. But like just watching him play, I was like, oh, this guy. I was like, I love watching this play. And so I think that's a different argument sometimes. But you would agree, Ohtani, Judge, and Skeens would probably be top 3, right? Like in terms of you're watching a game.
Ohtani 1, Judge 2, and Skeens 3. So, I just think new fans would never want to watch a pitcher.
How about this guy from Milwaukee? Apparently, my gosh, unreal yesterday. Throwing 102, cramping up in the middle of the game, not able to get it up there with it. Josh, Ohtani, Judge, Skeens. Is there anybody else you would go watch play immediately besides Mason?
Mookie Betts. I agree with you on Scooble. But for me, on a personal note, I've already mentioned tonight Cal Raleigh. Just because he's good, he's a real good catcher and he can hit. So I mean, I'd see him, Adley Rutschman a year ago. I mean, yeah, I like catchers, man. I like to watch catchers throw guys out and run the game. So I like any good catcher I'll go watch. Will Smith be cool to go watch.
De La Cruz would be high up for me.
Churio, you love him for some reason.
Churio would be out there on the Brewers. I like him. He's Jackson. He's pretty good as well. If I was going to put guys that like I'm electric to see, Mike Trout, he used to be on that list for me. He used to be there where he showed up into a game and he was just a difference maker to a different level. Walk, steal second. He's getting a third on a sac fly. He's scoring. He was just different level type of guy. Early in his career. All right. Sale to the Cubs realistic. Can the Giants beat the Dodgers to win the NL West? Cedric Mullins to KC rumors, as I said, and Rangers a dark horse to steal the wild card spot. Any of those thoughts stand out to you? Sale to the Cubs. The Braves are not playing good baseball right now, and if they keep this up for probably, I'd say they get 3 weeks at this, maybe a month. They probably get a month at this thing. Now look, and if they can't figure it out, then there's obviously going to be some big changes. So. We'll see what they can do in 4 weeks. They're not playing good baseball at all. They sit right now 30 and 38, 8.5 out of the wild card game, and 14 out of the division. So I don't know. Braves kind of in a big spot right now. Sale is a big trade piece. The Cubs would be great for him.
Yeah, I saw some mock trades for the deadline, and I just thought, oh, that would be really cool. And Chris Sale being one of them. He does have a year after this in his contract, but I think the Braves really just need to get rid of some guys. I mean, just unload that payroll. I don't think they really just want to waste a year and a half of Sale's career, and I don't think they want to really,
I'd
just
trade him.
pay
I'd
him.
trade him.
Pay him, yeah. And so who do I think? I don't really know who the
Dodgers. They need
well, yeah.
pitching.
They do need pitching, but I mean, at a certain point, you can't just, you can't just get every single player out there,
Tigers?
like trading wise.
They go.
Yeah.
They go deep. Try to
Tigers.
say force
Tigers would be
deep
cool.
staff.
Tigers would be cool, but I'm kind of holding out hope for the Cubs. They really need a starting, an ace in the starting rotation, and outside of Justin Steele, and I really love that idea.
You know who I'm pulling for? My team up north. I believe in them. You know it. The Blue Jays. I'm like, come on, make a deal for him. You could use a starter, another guy, like an electric lefty to go with that team. Like starting to play good baseball. I know you don't believe in him, but if I was the GM of that team, and I'm obviously trying to think the most positive possible, that's a guy I'm looking for. Maybe I get Scherzer back in a relief role at the end of the season. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you have veteran guys to go with Gausman and a few other younger guys, and your offense is starting to believe. I mean, it is. You sign Guerrero, your team starts. I just think it'd be a great time for them, considering what you said. It's less than 2 years on his deal.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just so hard for me to buy the Blue Jays.
Why can't you believe in them? Why can't you believe in my Blue Jays?
Because the same reason I don't like the Mariners. I just expect them to fall flat,
but they're starting to prove it to you a little bit.
A little bit, and I mean they sweat the Cardinals, which isn't really saying much. But I don't know. I just can't. I just know that they can't get players to save their life, and I know that's just part of where they're at. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they have Gausman and Bassett, and they also have Berrios, who's been really great. I don't know if they really. I don't know if I would waste the prospects on pitchers necessarily.
Confidence level 1 to 10. Where do you go to make the playoffs?
Confidence level in the Blue Jays
To make the playoffs, not win the division.
1 to 10.
They're ahead right now. They're ahead right now. Number 1 seed in the wild card.
6.58.
That seems realistic. How about the Giants? They're right now at 5-1 on the Dodgers. Right now, Dominic Smith. Hello, Dominic Smith. Did we know he existed? Mets fans out there. He has the Giants at 5-1. They could tie for the division lead tonight after a W. They could have the lead by the end of this series. They play on Sunday Night Baseball Sunday. It's kind of a Buster Posey team. I expect them to make a move. I think you mentioned Ryan O'Hearn. I expect some Pat Burrell-esque moves that if we look 12 years ago, what they used to do with Buster Posey. But do you think the Giants actually could they actually steal a division from the Dodgers where they should be just heavy favorites?
I don't know. The Dodgers have been weird for me because
those Snell injuries and Glanville injuries are real, right? I mean, those are big deals.
Glanville, yes, yeah.
Tyler
Glanville.
Gans
Gout.
I purposely always write it down when you're on.
Yeah. But I don't know. The Dodgers, they're so weird to me because, they're winning, but they're not real. They've lost to the Cardinals. They're not really playing well. And then you kind of look at it another way and you're like, okay, they're about to get a whole bunch of bullpen pieces back. Ohtani's going to pitch next month, which, is going to help no matter what because they have Kiki Hernandez throwing multiple innings in games now. But then you're also like, you're holding out hope for so many players to come back and just be the same players. Glass now, who got pushed back to, I want to say August or September.
No, him and Snell are concerned.
Yeah, so it's kind of, but then on the other side, it's like, yeah, the Giants are really, maybe we should be giving them their flowers, but they're also like not, what was it? They won 10 out of 22 home games that they won were on walk-offs. And that's a concerning thought.
They're hitting. Tyler says their hitting sucks. He says
Their hitting
sucks.
Yeah. And so I can't really buy the Giants because I mean, they just don't have a guy. I mean, Matt Chapman's good, but he's not, the greatest thing ever.
He's
Yeah.
hurt right now, too.
Willie Adames has not found it yet. I mean, they only have one other guy. No.
Flores has been great for him.
Yeah. Ramos, Jung-Hoo Lee has been good. Jung-Hoo Lee's kind of fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, this has been solid for them.
Yeah, Mike Yastrzemski's kind of been. I mean, he's been there, but it's kind of like the other situation. Where it's like, can we really rely on him in the next couple of months to continue with this trend? I just don't know. I think that they have Logan Webb, they have Robbie Ray, they have
the best starting pitching in the division right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have some really good guys. It's just I can't just. It's real. I think it's really hard for me to say Giants or Dodgers. And let me look at
the Dodgers though.
What?
You would obviously take the Dodgers as of right now.
Yeah, I think I would take the Dodgers, but I think we really should be talking about the Padres, sneaking in there too. I think the Padres might be.
Do you believe in the Padres or the Giants more?
Padres.
For sure.
I like Mike Schilt, and I know that that's kind of a weird thing to say about a manager, but I think he's able to keep guys in line, and they have some power hitters, and they need pitching, but they're not Anthopoulos. Who's the GM in the Padres?
I know who you're talking. I don't know.
But he's not afraid to trade for players, and
that we know.
There, what was it? A couple weeks ago, they said that he was wanting to trade for Jarren Duran, and that would be a really good pickup for them. I think they need pitching, and
the Padres need a lot. The Padres need a lot. They still need a lot. They're not ready. They still need. I still want to see more from them. They have Tatis, they have Machado. The starters are there. The bullpen. Suarez has been awesome at the end of the pen, but then you have a team like the Giants that just sneaks up there to win it. Josh, real quick, you got the Giants making any move in the NL West?
No, but I got the move they should make.
What's that?
Ryan Helsley.
The Giants
for the Cubs, the relief pitcher. I mean, they could use a closer. Helsley's not. He hasn't been. He's been better recently over the last month, especially. But I don't know if the Cubs would trade him.
No, Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
The San Francisco Giants.
I got you. I thought you were saying Ryan Helsley. I see what you're saying. I got you.
To the Giants?
Yeah.
Why?
Just more depth for their bullpen to lock down.
I mean, the Giants will trade for more bullpen. I mean, most teams do that. Think they're in contention, right? They will.
Yeah, but I mean, they need an overhaul. So I don't really know.
They need offense.
I would say that they're more inclined to go after some multi-year guys, some guys that you can get at least another year with. Maybe Sale, but I don't know if Sale's that guy for them.
Yeah, I think with Ray,
I think Sale would be better in San Diego.
Yeah, or I think Sale in Chicago. I like him with. I mean, we said Cubs, ideally, I would love him with the Blue Jays on a trade like that. Do you think the Rangers are a dark horse to steal wild card spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wild card for sure. I think I still think there's hope for them to steal the division. So,
do you think the Yankees are kind of going under the radar this year than they usually do in other years? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like they're the Yankees, so I mean everybody loves them no matter what. But Judge is just having a magical season, magical. Yeah. And you look at the guys around them, and they're just they get enough done. Like Grissom's been better, and Volpe's been better, and Wells. They don't have the stud around them. So I wonder if I kind of worry about them come postseason just because of the regular season success. That doesn't mean Judge isn't a stud, but you know what I mean. Like who will step up in that lineup to really take the pressure off Judge? That's kind of my question. And Judge obviously needs to prove a lot in the postseason too, but. Obviously, he's batting 385 plus, so he's a stud. We all know that. So I'm looking at their lineup. I'm just kind of like, can Goldschmidt take enough pressure off of him? to really make that, because he's really the guy to me that puts the right. He's the next best hitter on that team, I would think.
Yeah.
So
Paul
I don't know.
Goldschmidt's got a 372 on base.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like on postseason, like I don't know. I'm being nitpicky a little bit, but I'm just looking a little long term with them, and I'm just I don't know.
I think Cody Bellinger has kind of picked it up a little bit for them. Jason Dominguez, I think he needs to really get up there, and they just got Jazz back. I think I do kind of understand what you're saying, to like flying under the radar, and I think it's more actually of the league just being terrible, right? Because they're the best team in the American League, right?
Yeah.
I would say
outside the Tigers.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot about the Tigers. So, but, yeah. And so I think they just kind of like the whole AL outside of them is just kind of mediocre. And so it's just like, okay, well, let's focus more on the NL. It's been a very NL heavy year for everyone. So I kind of think that the Yankees are the underdogs. I think everyone's kind of gotten bored of Aaron Judge being awesome.
I mean, he's having an unreal year. Unreal.
Yeah, he's kind of slumping now with a 392 batting average.
Pathetic.
But but yeah, I do think that they need to go out, and they need to get a they need to go get a starting pitcher.
And they
need bullpen. They probably need another hitter. I don't really know who they could get. They need a third baseman. Eugenio Suarez would be great. Nolan Arenado would be awesome. There's a couple of guys that they could get relatively cheap, but I mean, like I said, it's a seller's market this year, and so I think prices are going to be sky high, and so it's going to be hard for the Yankees to just kind of outbid other teams.
My last thing, real quick, standings wise, is the Twins making me kind of feel a little good too. I picked them early on, so they're starting to giving me that fake belief, along with the Blue Jays as well. And then the Brewers are 4.5 games behind the Cubs. Logan, any change of thought on them? I have to give your thought. Any change of thoughts, or are they still losers?
On the Twins and the who?
I want more of the Brewers. Are the Brewers?
Oh, Brewers.
Are you believing them in them at all?
I can't do it. Right. I can't do the Brewers. They've won 2 against the Cardinals, but and they're 38-33, but I just they burn me so many times. They won't go out and get players. They'll actually sell players before they buy players.
I got you.
And I mean, I honestly, truthfully, I still think that they could trade Christian Yelich at the deadline. And I would not be shocked.
It'd still be better.
They would still try to. They would still try to be like bet. Like they would still try to win the division.
That's where fantasy baseball and real baseball come in, right? Like the emotional part of it. It really does. All right, I got a couple of things with the Brewers here during Diamond. Right, Civil gets traded to the Cubs. He's like, I don't. You were trading me out of the starting rotation. You trade my butt. He gets traded to the White Sox for Andrew Vaughn from the White Sox. Obviously, like I said, gave up a home run to this kid in Little League batting practice. So anytime Andrew Vaughn gets traded in something, I'm always going to be aware from out here in Northern California. Like I said, I remember as an 8-year-old, take me deep to right center. I couldn't believe it. So he gets traded to the Brewers. Got Tyler, I was texting. I was like, did you see he got traded to the Brewers? He's like, damn it, Buster Posey, you should have traded him. So he was all pissed about it, but he gets traded to the Brewers. I think it's a really good spot for Vaughn, who was a 3rd pick overall for the White Sox. Kind of during that COVID era, he gets traded to them. I think that gives him a little life out of that organization. Civil over to the White Sox, career probably over at that point. So,
right.
And Stanton, we talked about the Yankees. Does he give him a little life as he comes back here shortly as well? Unlikely return here in the series this weekend. I hated to see it. Senga goes on the IL for the Mets, one of my favorite pitchers to watch with that splitter. And it's always covering first for this guy. So do not cover first. And then Reagans goes down again for the Royals as well. A little disappointing there with it. What do you kind of make there of Diamond Notes there, Mr. Stone?
Yeah, the Saval, is it Savali, Civil?
Savali.
Yeah, the trade is kind of sad. I mean, he gets kicked out of the rotation because they wanted to bring up a better pitcher. I can't remember who the pitcher was.
The guy that just went 5 innings and struck and didn't give up any hits. That's the guy.
Oh, well, I didn't watch the Cardinals tonight, so
No, it was the other night. Then he left
was it?
Tramps, their first round pick.
Oh, was it?
Throwing 102 miles per hour. Suck it up, buddy. You're not better.
Yeah. Yeah, so he kind of made his own bed, and so they could have. I mean, he's probably regretting his decision to go to the White Sox. But Andrew Vaughn, I mean, I understand they were just trying to get rid of players.
2-time college player of the year when he came out. I mean, the thing about the Heisman, he's kind of underperformed here. I think the Brewers get him on just a very low deal. I mean, for them, it's much more reward than risk, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, they were trying to get rid of Savali, and so they just got Andrew Vaughn in return. I told you guys this earlier. I kind of wish they had gotten Benintendi in return, but
yeah, but they probably weren't going to get him for that because he's played better. He has more history than Vaughn.
Yeah. And so, I mean, Andrew Vaughn, maybe it's going to work out.
The Brewers still have to pay the White Sox like $2.5 million to make the contract work. Or not? It's because obviously, or the White Sox will play more because Vaughn wasn't making as much money, so it's kind of a low key deal. But I don't know. I think it's a good deal for the Brewers to take a chance on a first baseman that was the 3rd overall pick. And really kind of was stuck in an organization during a bad time. So I kind of with Roberts. I want to see him move on from the White Sox.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see him with?
Who, Robert?
Orioles? I would have said him at the Orioles at the beginning of the year. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think the Phillies. I think the Phillies are just the team right now.
See, I was thinking Giants too. They need power. The Giants need power.
So I have the farm system rankings over here, and the Giants are like 28
pathetic
in farm systems, and so in the farm system, and so I think with a guy like Robert, you can't trade really. Yeah, you can't I don't know what they'll have to give to the White Sox, and I understand, and maybe the asking price is not going to be astronomical because Robert's been playing bad, but I mean,
what if it was Robert for Duvall, their closer, before they just go Duvall for would the Giants do that? You give up a relief pitcher for a red hitter?
That would be strange.
That'd be a fun trade. I'd like that. That'd be a fun trade.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if the White Sox turned around and traded him to somebody else, but yeah, I mean, so I'm kind of curious where he does end up. I think the Mets would be interesting. I like the Phillies a lot. No, couldn't be the Cubs. Well, who's the DH for the Cubs? Well, maybe the Cubs.
Well, Bush is there once in a while.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I like Robert. I think he needs to get out of Chicago, and he just.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to get out.
He looks so beaten down, and he's having a terrible year, which is sad because he's got such a really good player.
Though. He's got a lot of. He's trying to steal bases to get himself in the market there. Reagans, Josh Edwards, Cole Reagans, one of my favorite pitchers, goes down for the Royals. They're in 4th place right now, 2 games out. What's the 2 games out of the wild card right now? 11.5 out of the division. What's the feeling out there in Missouri with the Royals?
Might be time to sell.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, people over.
Josh has finally seen the light.
No, I'm not talking sell off and rebuild the entire organization. I'm saying, hey, you got a couple pieces that are going to have expiring contracts. Let's get those guys out. Let's try to get something back for them. We've got Bobby Witt Jr. for a long time. We got Benny Pespatino for a long time. Let's not waste the end of Salvador Perez. Jonathan India's working out right now for him, to an extent. They're just riddled with injuries on the pitching staff side of it. Like I said, Reagan, this is what his second or third stint on the IL this year. So
Like 7.
they got plenty of issues they're dealing with. So sell off what you can, retain what will help you in the future, and get ready for next season because they're also fighting with the state of Missouri and Kansas about maybe moving the organization to Kansas. So they've probably got other things on their mind.
Hey Josh, if you can watch this video I'm about to show right now, should this catcher get sent down to the minor leagues for a performance like this? Is this
Hold on,
something?
hold
Is this something that you should get absolutely sent down for? Here we go. Throws it. You hit your pitcher at the top of the head. My God, you can cuss him. Is that legal? Right? I mean, boom. That's like
Whoa.
that jerk.
Look at that umpire.
Whoa! Oh my! Whoa! He was concerned about him there. If you're a catcher,
No, that's on the pitcher, bro.
that's not a pitcher.
That looked like it was a throwdown to get ready for the inning, which means the pitcher should know what the catcher does, and the pitcher knows where you put the pitch. So he should know his catcher. That's not the catcher. That catcher's trying to put that ball on the bag.
Was he
that's
trying
on the
to throw
pitcher.
to second?
That's what it looked like to me, but I'm also on my phone. So
Logan, I respect Edwards with that catcher position thing. I always respect him for that with it. I also wanted to get, obviously A's are in the blood a little bit here with it, but this was maybe the catch of the year.
Oh, yeah.
To center field.
Oh, yeah. No.
Denzel Clark on the move
this is
back
another
after
thing.
he
Oh, yeah.
stepped
Oh,
towards the plate and makes another
Yeah.
catch.
oh my God!
Back to back.
I mean, one of the best catches you'll ever see. It really
One
was.
of the best, one of the best calls I'll ever see.
That we can disagree with, but I immediately went to the Angels broadcast on that. But we can see we could be. But with that said, it really was the way he was able to. I mean, he went halfway over the wall and then fall over. That's an incredible catch.
No,
He's made 3 in the first 3 weeks, Mr. Clark. There, I mean, I don't know. One of the highlights of the week for sure. That had to catch your attention, Mr. Stone.
Can't wait to see him in a Cardinals jersey in 3 years.
Well, regardless, it was a hell of a catch. I know that. That was the big thing from. I mean, honestly, one of the best. That's one of the best catches I've seen in a while. There's some good ones, but
that's a great one.
That one definitely caught my attention in terms of whoa, we got this guy's actually this is pretty legit right here in terms of that. So Clark with probably one of the plays of the day, the Mr. Marlin's catcher there. Definitely not one of the plays of the day. All right. MLB trivia here on 7th inning stretch.
Wait, I want to hear Josh's rant on the Cardinals.
All right, what happened with the Cardinals, Josh?
I have no rant.
No rant. Are you okay with them right now then?
No, they're doing exactly what I expected. I wasn't sold on them. They were getting warm. Thought they might be able to put it together, and they've crumbled in the last 2 series. So it's doing exactly what I expected this team to do, which is why I never got my hopes up. I was starting to, but I didn't buy in. So no rant.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at the text message. Let's see.
If the
Cardinals lose this game, I'm gonna.
He might have had a rough night. He's kept his composure.
Oh, never mind. He's not ranting today. He's just down.
He's got to cook some steak. Got to make the.
I want to talk. I think last week you kind of were talking about how the Cardinals were really good and they could steal the division.
I mean, they're still right there.
And then I say that, and then they lose 5 of the next 6.
They've lost.
So who's the bad luck in the Cardinals fan base?
It's not me.
It's you.
Are you blaming Edwards for the?
I am. It is Josh Edwards' fault that the Cardinals are on a downfall.
Will the Cardinals sell at the deadline?
Yes.
No.
Oh, so they'll say
Helsley's gone.
Rephrase. They will sell if they get what they feel the players.
They're selling at the deadline.
They're not going to sell just to sell.
They're selling at the deadline. They're selling Gray.
Gray's gone.
They're selling Helsley.
Gray's the biggest piece, right? Or is Hesley?
Housley.
Contreras might be at this point.
Nah. Contreras. No, he's got
He's been awesome.
2 more
at first.
years.
He's been awesome
He's got-
at first.
Like, know who
He's
Gray
got-
seems like? Logan is a Dodger. He's not as quite as expensive as Sale.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
that's
that's
good.
actually a really good call because he's got another year left. They could probably trade him in the off season if they felt like Glasnow, Gascow, and Snell.
Who? That's good. Or
Gas
you
Gout,
know who I'd like to see
Lance
Gray
Gill.
on too is the Astros.
Astros would be
Well,
interesting.
They need
I-
another starter after Blanco.
I don't know. It's kind of weird for me. I feel like they need a little bit more of a heavy hitter, but I mean they have Hunter Brown, so I guess Sale would be a good number.
Stud.
Hell, yeah, Hunter Brown would be a number 1, and then Gray would be a solid number 2. So yeah, I think that's a solid 1 too. I don't think the Yankees would be interested in getting Gray back. I think they're done.
Would they
with,
really trade Contreras though?
No,
So they wouldn't trade Contreras in your opinion?
no, I don't think so. I think Nootbaar might be on the block.
Would they trade Walker at all, or is he automatic staying?
I think they'd give him a like the rest of the year, and then
he would- he would-
reevaluate in the offseason.
How about Freed? I always call him Freed. Freddie.
Fetty?
Oh, Fetty, yeah, Fetty
But
needs
it's
to go.
tradable.
He's definitely gone.
I think Libertor. I think he needs to go.
He's kind of found a niche role with the team.
So you're agreeing with me? It's the Brewers and it's the Cubs for the division.
No, just the Cubs. The Brewers don't stand a chance.
All right.
I mean, I don't see the Brewers winning, but yeah, I guess technically, yeah, it's the Brewers and the Cubs in a race.
Sounds like you guys think that.
But it's so funny to me. It's just like I'll say I was very close to like saying, oh, I'm really in on this Cardinals team, but I mean, oh man, it's so weird.
Who do you
they're
believe
like-
more, the Cardinals or the Diamondbacks?
Cardinals.
Cardinals have
Cardinals have a better bullpen. I just can't. Yeah, I can't do the Diamondbacks. They have the Diamondbacks have the 4th best offense.
Cardinals
but-
or the Braves? And the Braves definitely have I think they have 6 or more losses right now. I think the Braves finish with a better record than you guys.
Yeah, I would probably say that. I think I would take the Cardinals to make the playoffs somehow before the Braves, but I also think the Braves could get a better record somehow.
Wow.
I don't know how. I don't know how my mind is working on that.
That's surprising.
I don't see either one of them making the playoffs, but
So hold on, just to be clear, you would think the Cardinals are better than the Braves, who would be your next best competition. The Nationals, who are tied with the Braves, the Reds, and the Diamondbacks. You think the Cardinals are better than all 4 of those teams?
Yes.
Not the Nationals. I can respect that, Logan. All right. MLB trivia here with it as we kind of go through the division with it. Next week, we'll get into Logan and all my children and his affair with Mr. Rob Manfred if he joins us. But we'll get into that next week on our soap opera edition of 7th Inning Stretch. All right, who am I? All right, Logan, if you know the answer, I just have a feeling you might know. Edwards will put you to the test. Let's see if you know it.
Wait, so if I know the answer, do I need to just not?
I'm going to be disappointed if you don't know this after hint number 1. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm going to be
okay.
offended if you don't know.
What was it last week that I got halfway through your first question?
Shane Victorino.
Was it? Yeah, it was Shane. Oh, yeah. Anyways, sorry.
All right, here we go. Hit number 1. I played for the Indians, Red Sox, and Tigers from 2002 to 2018. That is your clue, Logan Stone, and I still expect you to get it.
I was gonna say Maglio or Ordonez, but 2018 doesn't work.
He was a White Sox.
Yeah. He was a Tiger actually in 2006. Thank you very much.
Don't remind me of that year. Don't worry about it.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm gonna need. Hold on.
Hit number 2. Maybe you get it. Hit number 3. Yeah.
Oh man, Red Sox, Tigers, Indians. I want to say an outfielder, but
Kenny
Okay,
Lofton.
go ahead.
All right, hit
No.
number
No.
He's too old.
hit number 2. I made 5 All-Star teams, won 2 Silver Sluggers. Josh Edwards as a catcher.
From 2002 to 2018.
He played
Hold
for
on.
just American League
His
team.
last name starts with a V.
No, it does not.
Victor Martinez? No, not Victor Martinez. No. It's not.
Yes,
Is it
yes.
Victor Martinez?
It is Victor Martinez.
You didn't even
Wait,
let me get
what
the
was
third
it?
hint, man. You stink.
What was the team?
It was
No.
Victor Martinez. He had 2,153 hits, 246 home runs, finished top 10 at MVP voting 3 times. Again, played for the Indians to start his career, went to the Red Sox for 1 year, and then ended up with the Tigers through those finishing years with it too. So switch hitting catcher.
Why did I think he was a Yankee?
He was not a Yankee. He was not a Yankee. Edwards sounds like you might have known him too.
Dude, that's what was the third hint?
Third hint was I had 2,153 hits, just a decent amount as a catcher / DH. I mean, unreal. 246 average, 246 home runs. I finished top 10 in MVP voting 3 times. He finished top 25 times as well. Kind of one of the more underrated players from that generation. Obviously he's not a Hall of Famer or something like that, but just, one of the more solid players over the last 20 years. So Victor
I had a
Martinez,
chance at that one.
You had a chance
Did
at
he?
it. Logan Stone.
Yeah, I would have had a chance at that one if I would have. Dude, if you would have given me the time he gave me last week, come on.
Yeah, that's the
I got to
problem.
work through rosters.
We'd be here the whole night if we gave you the time from last week.
Hey, the
And
important
it was
thing
such an
is,
easy. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Shut
I'm
up.
sorry, baby. I love you.
We love each
I
other.
worked through it.
I worked through it.
I
Josh,
just
Josh has a system. He got
Let
last
me
week
tell-
right. He has a system. He gets through it.
you. I mean,
was
I
trying
was
with this one.
screaming Shane Victorino. You know what? I think if you had said this guy had the dumbest helmet in all MLB when he was with the Phillies and the Red Sox,
Ryan would chew
I think-
you out. Ryan
I
would
think
chew you out.
Josh would have gotten. I think Josh would have gotten it.
That's good.
Who
All
knows?
right. Well, hey, we're talking Cardinals. Let's hear a little bit.
What a ride! The Cardinals are world champs in 2011.
So about 23 years ago, Barry Bonds steps up to Yankee Stadium, hits one of the farthest home runs.
Now
you'll ever
Barry
see.
Bonds comes up. Let's listen.
John Miller, one of the best on the call.
Barry Bonds.
Voice gives you goosebumps.
Number 25.
Bonds at slightly open stance, feet fairly close together, crowding the plate. The pitch. There's
Oh.
one to right field. Forget about it. This one is headed for New Jersey, high into the upper deck. Barry Bonds with a spectacular 3-run homer, and he has electrified Yankee Stadium.
I was gonna say
3-0 Giants.
back when.
Gotta
Like
love John
interleague
Miller.
play-
Gotta love John Miller though. First of all, I just love John. Just love
Yeah.
him.
Back when interleague play was so rare and like you never got to see, other teams playing each other, American leagues versus national leagues. I mean that would be so cool. That like I'm sure Yankee fans were like, yeah, we want to see the Yankees, but it'd be
Yeah.
awesome to see Barry Bonds right now.
Go halfway up upper deck.
Yeah, I do miss that a little bit. Like I do miss the rarity and like the magnificence of like the moment of Aaron Judge versus the Dodgers. Like that would have been, if it was 10 years ago, this would have been. I mean,
that's why the All-Star
anything.
game was so special.
Yeah, everybody would have been talking, and it would have been. I mean, it would have been a big story for like 2 weeks.
I'm telling you, you give up things when you say, "Hey, American League's playing National League." From a business standpoint, it does make sense. But
Yeah.
you're right. You are creating moments like that. All-Star game is bigger than any of those interleague games in some ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you have these matchups that never happen. That's why the World Series was so weird. Because
Yeah.
even NFL back then, you had an NFC AFC matchup once in a while. Like that's what made baseball so unique. They lost that with that, of course. There's been some positives to come out of it. We're not saying that, but
Yeah.
Very few.
But you
But like
lose
the-
that kind of magic a little bit.
But I think they really screwed up interleague. I think the bad thing was interleague play was like I got so sick and tired of the Cardinals playing the
In
the
division.
Royals. Yeah, no, just like the Royals. Like
Oh, the
it was
rivalry.
always Yankees versus Mets every year in interleague play, and then like
It's
You don't
because
like
they're
that?
in-state rivalries, dummy.
athlete. Yeah, but I get it was never a rivalry with the Royals.
Well,
You
you
like
were trying
mean,
in
good
the
Lord.
85 it was.
Arizona
Oh,
versus
85. But like it was just like so boring for me. I would never watch the Royals series because I was like the Royals just suck. And like
Yeah,
it's like the Athletics versus the Giants.
I would completely disagree with that. That I would.
Yeah, but you I mean you grew up like I mean
A's
the
Giants, I enjoy.
A's Giants was an actual rivalry. There was no real rivalry with the Mets and Yankees.
So
Yeah, I get
Cardinals
it.
fans didn't hate Royals fans.
I mean,
No,
we
we
hated the
don't.
Royals, but it was just because they were stupid and they were dumb and they're the worst. And
So you're telling me
But-
St. Louis, like, because me and Tyler were obviously best. Like we live right next to
Right.
each other. Like that's how Bay Area sports were back then. You're saying
Yeah.
the city, St. Louis wasn't the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's like some people tried to like hype it up to be like almost on par with Cubs and Cardinals, and it's like no. I mean, I would say the Dodgers and Cardinals were a bigger rivalry than that.
I got
But anyway, and so that was always my thing. It was like I'm tired of the interstate stuff. Like I want to see the Cardinals versus the Yankees like once a year or something like. And so anyways, my point was I wanted to see more variety, and I don't know. I do like that I get to see the Cardinals once a year. In at the Rangers. I get to see them play Aaron Judge. I get to see them, do all these things. And I think that's better for the fan base as a whole. It's just, back in our day, like it was just kind of cool
A one-time thing.
it was such a big show stopping moment.
Yeah, it was. And that's what, and like I said, I want to do coming up here in about 1 month. I'm going to be sending you guys the video of the 1994 All-Star game, and I want to do a rewatchable on that game. And I want to just literally watch it now. Start taking a couple of weeks, take notes on it. I just want to discuss that game, which is one of the more interesting ones headed into a strike season. But one of the better All-Star games there was. All right, gentlemen, a lot of good baseball talk there with it. We get an hour here on the seventh inning stretch. Logan Stone, appreciate you joining us tonight as always. Edwards, daughter's birthday tomorrow. Appreciate you joining us. Audio here was a good show as always. I want to hit on as we kind of enter June here into July. This is where, for me, like I said, July 4th to me, Logan Stone is always the next big day, and we're getting closer. So I'm curious where the standings are here in 3 weeks from now.
Yep.
Ooh, can I give you a hot sports opinion?
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Yes.
Where's my pictures at? So a couple weeks ago, I said I don't think we'll ever see 3,000 hits again.
Yes, you did. Ridiculous.
And I think
He found somebody.
no. Because I mean, what Freddie Freeman, who is 36 years old, has 2,300 hits, and there's no way he's getting 700 hits in the next.
How about Aaron Judge?
5 years. Aaron Judge, I don't think so. But I also think I don't think we're ever going to see 300 wins again.
Oh, no.
That one will be ridiculous if they happen. I would be so stunned if that happened.
So
like if Skeens was on a better team, there's a chance.
He still won't even get it.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Look.
No,
So
hold on. He's got a 1.84 ERA. And he has a
It's just that
losing
he has to do
record
it
because
for
he's
so
on a bad
long.
team. If you put Skeens on the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, any plethora of the top 10 teams, the dude's undefeated.
But that's never how it happens. They have to pitch 20 years, and they have to get like 15 wins a season, basically.
Let me put this in perspective. In active pitchers right now, who do you think is number one in wins right now? Who's the leader in active players?
It's got to be Verlander.
Right.
Yeah.
So how many do you think he's got?
222.
262.
Okay.
He's been playing for 20 years now.
He's not going to.
And he's got and Verlander played on probably, I mean, some of the best teams and had a consistently great team with him from
He's
2000.
lost 3 games this year due to closers. He's
Right.
lost.
And so
He's
so
lost-
Verlander, I like, you just look at him. Max Scherzer's
I was
number
saying,
2.
Scherzer, yeah.
58, right?
Yeah,
And
with
where's
200.
Kershaw? Kershaw 3.
Kershaw's number 3, right
241.
behind Scherzer with 212.
Okay, so
So-
and if
and
those
then-
guys aren't getting to 300, nobody else is.
Yeah, and Garrett Cole is number 4 with 153. Chris Sale's 141.
141?
Morton is-
Well, Sales
Yeah.
had so many years he's missed from
And
injuries.
Charlie Morton is at 140.
Okay, so is Verlander a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is Scherzer a Hall of Famer?
yeah, yeah,
Logan? I'm asking.
yeah. I'm
Logan,
answering
yeah.
for him.
All right,
Yes.
Logan
Yeah.
says
Yeah,
That's a
Scherzer's a
yes.
Hall of
He
Famer.
knows
I'm
he is.
sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kershaw is. And then
Yes.
who is next? Cole.
don't
I
know.
see.
Not yet. I would need to see more. Here, I just uploaded the picture for you if you wanted to look at it.
Yeah, he's up there. Sale Morton 140, definitely not a Hall of Famer. Sale's not a Hall of Famer. So those first 3 guys you feel are automatic Hall of Famers. Or you think Scherzer? I think Scherzer takes
Yeah.
a couple times to get in.
Hey, Logan.
Really? So why do you think that?
Is he better than Sabathia?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think he was more consistent. Of course, I've never
just
been
got
the biggest
injured more.
Sabathia fan.
60
mean-
was okay, but
I don't think we realize how great his 2015 Nationals contract was.
No, I'm not saying he had a great year. I mean, he was a stud.
No. I mean, just like he was so dominant, and he was such a workhorse too.
And
Like-
they had Verlander and him on the same team for a while.
Yeah, and I mean,
I mean, I remember the A's had to face him back-to-back years, and
Yeah.
they made it to
Logan.
2 Game 5s against him.
what's up,
Look.
Josh?
how many wins did Chris Carpenter have?
Give me a second, I'll look it up.
And Wayno.
Wayno had 200 even.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought he ended right at 200. I couldn't remember if it was 200 or 201.
Chris Carpenter had 144.
Golly,
144
man, that's
wins.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and so hold on,
And
let
I
me.
think he's nearly Hall of Fame caliber.
But that's what tells you how hard it is to get wins in that regard.
Well, he also was on some bad Cardinals teams.
There have been 24 pitchers who have reached 300 wins. And so the last one being, do you guys know?
What?
Hold on.
How many wins do you think Lincecum had?
Last one. Not that many. 180?
110.
No, he couldn't.
Was it
He
really?
did almost,
I was gonna say he was
100?
barely under 9 or 100.
110
not
for
900.
Lincecum. 110. Is Madison Bumgarner? Like, I would consider him just as good as some of those guys. No.
He's not a first ballot, but I'd say he's up there because
No,
of his postseason. Because of his postseason, man, he was
He's got
ridiculous in the playoffs.
He's got 134 wins.
So
Randy-
I would put him up- yeah,
Randy
Johnson should
Johnston
be in.
was the last one who won 300 games with 303.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to be a while.
And Randy Johnson played forever, though. I mean, he played from the 80s to late 2010. And he
it's gonna-
probably,
it's
he
gonna
really
be
probably
similar.
shouldn't have gotten that far.
No, it's
But-
going to be somebody that just. I mean, the only guy I could see it like, really, if you look, it's Verlander. He'd have to play another 6 years though.
Yeah.
He'd have to literally hang on.
Yeah, he's like 45 years old already.
He's
Now,
43.
what Skeens has going for him is he's 23 years old.
that's why I'm saying Skeens could do it.
But let's see, how old was Verlander whenever he? And Verlander had missed 2 seasons.
Pitchers
Was it
don't
two-
get they don't get the longevity. It's not going to happen.
Let's see.
If you're not allowed
Verlander.
to pitch 9 innings.
We're not
Verlander was
placing bets,
22 whenever
bro.
he played.
We're just
Or
saying
when he
who
started.
could do it. Like who could really realistically do it? Who's got the timeline and the ability? And Skeens has the ability and the timeline to do it. I'm not
But
saying he will. I'm saying he could. If we're going to see somebody do it, he could.
How about Max Fried?
How many does he have now?
let's see. I'm looking.
He's still young enough, but like I wonder, like he kind of strikes me as somebody that
He's
maybe
31 years old, and he has
he probably is.
82 wins. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
No, he's not.
But like the thing with Skeens is, I hate to say it, but Tommy John is in his future,
Yep.
and I mean,
And he'll be better after.
yeah, and so yeah, and he's just gonna have to. I mean, because he throws 102 miles an hour, and it just happens to every pitcher now. So I'm kind of curious what like and I think that's kind of been a big factor in these guys. I mean, all these guys have gotten Tommy John surgery. Charlie Morton may not have, but Justin Verlander did, Scherzer did, Kershaw did, and Cole did, and Sale did, and
Dude, almost everybody does now. You're right. Almost
Yeah,
everybody does.
It's going to be a hard thing to do.
Hey, Logan, look me up odds on. Let's see. Get on a. Can you guys look up gambling sites in Texas?
yeah,
Like
I can
sportsbooks?
figure out the odds.
All right, figure me the odds on Paul Skeens getting 300 career wins. I'd throw 20 on whatever it is. I would throw 20 on whatever the bet is.
would you rather?
And it'll pay out nice.
Would Hunter Green have a better chance or Paul Skeens?
I would say Skeens just because he's younger, and he hasn't been injured as much as Green has.
Yeah, he's going to be out a little bit wild this year as well, which is going to hurt him. Yeah, I think that's a big one. Even with Skeens, he's not, like I said, he's not going to be allowed to go deeper enough in games to get wins. He's going to have to depend on the bullpen too many times to blow games for him. Like I said, Verlander should have 3 more wins this year.
And
and he has 0 because the Giants bullpen's blew games. So I'm sure that's happened a few times for him in Detroit as well.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What if Skeens ends up being a guy who goes out and in 5 innings he's only averaging 64 pitches?
He won't.
You think they're not going to let him go out for the 6th inning?
No, if he's averaging that, but
That's
the
what I'm saying.
Pirates.
He has not for the Pirates. I'm saying he has to move to a better team.
Oh, okay.
But he ends up getting moved. I mean, this kid could do it.
I feel like Garrett Cole's
you
the
just saying that it
blueprint.
can't happen. I think that's bullheaded of you, and it's unlike you in all honesty.
I'm
trying to dig into really why you think it can't. It's not possible.
I look at it because none of these guys are allowed to go deep into games. They're not.
I just gave you a scenario. He gets that. He ends up being that good.
Yeah, Garrett Cole is the scenario. He played for the Pirates. He was the number 1 pick. He went to the Yankees, and he's still, like we said, he's 4th on a list of 152, and that's 10 years previous before Skeens. He'd be lucky 10 years in his career to have 112 wins.
And you're also you have to take into consideration, we don't know how long Skeens is going to be a Pirate. I mean, he could get traded to
this year.
He could get traded to the Dodgers, but the Pirates could be stupid and hold him for another 3 years. And I mean, what is he on track for? I mean, he's probably only got 3 wins right now, or what, 4 maybe? He has got 4 wins and 6 losses. 4 wins and 6 losses right now.
What's his ERA?
His ERA is 188, but
188. I'm sorry, I said 184. What is his FIP? What's his WHIP?
Let's see. His FIP is 249 and 0.83 for his WHIP. So I mean, and I get
he don't have it if he's on a different team.
He has it, but when is he going to get traded to that other team? That's the thing.
It's going to be like at least 4 years.
That's our thing. Is like Verlander was on a great run of Tigers teams. I mean, they had 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. Did they miss? No, they didn't miss 9. They didn't miss 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then kind of teetered in 15. I mean, he had years where he was just dominant. He won MVP. I mean, he was a great pitcher on a great team. And Skeens is a great pitcher.
Skubal would be the other one. I think we'd have the possibility.
He has 48 wins right now.
48 wins, and he's already 28 years.
That's my point. I don't think teams let these guys go long enough.
Yeah.
And so for me, it just never will happen. I mean, it might.
And even if they,
it probably will happen one more time in my lifetime. But I just, for the guys that are in the league right now, I don't see.
And Darren, and I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying. Again, it was totally hypothetical. If we could pick one person who could do it with perfect circumstances, who it would be, that was my argument. I completely agree with you on everything you're saying. I'm not being juvenile about the fact that what reality is.
No, I hear you. Skeens would be the guy.
I just want to think that was arguing with you on that side of it.
I wonder. I do kind of tend to believe still in like a guy like Hunter Green a little bit, like. But I don't think he'd get to 300. I think. I'd be tough. Logan Webb is tended to go a lot of. They let him throw a lot, but he won't pitch long enough to get to something like that.
Could you see Hunter Green getting 150 wins and 400 saves or 300 saves?
Basically, 200 wins is going to be like the new 300.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. 125 wins and 250 saves.
Right. Like if Garrett Cole gets 200 wins, that'd be pretty incredible. He's only at 152 right now or something.
142.
I mean, that's a long ways.
153.
That's still a long ways to get to 200 though.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's 10 wins a season for 4 years. That's not that long.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
not when you play for the Yankees.
It's not that easy either, though. So I don't know. We'll see. He's out.
That's like bare minimum if you play for the Yankees.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see where it is with it, and obviously it comes down to bullpen a lot with these guys too. But
that's true too.
That was some good debate there, guys, with it. But
that was fun.
Edwards.
Now let's talk about Yachty getting into the Hall of Fame.
No, we'll save that for another. We'll save that for another one. We'll talk that when we kiss Rob Manfred's butt cheeks with you.
Yeah.
First ballot, not unanimous.
Edwards, have a good weekend with your sister or with your daughter's birthday, man.
Yes, I have no sister.
I know. Daughter.
No, dude, it's just a little family get together because we're in the rain, man. We're rain for the next 6 days.
I got 92 tomorrow where I'm at. 92. So we'll see if I can deal with the heat tomorrow with that. I got that.
How humid will it be out there?
It will not be humid out in California, out here, Northern California. It'll be nice and cool.
Nah, it's nice.
We won't have that to deal with.
I miss Northern California.
It will be hot. One of these days, I'll get Edwards out here. If a bomb explodes in St. Louis or something. What do you got? What do you got, Logan?
What theme park do you have near you?
We got a few. We got Six Flags. That's probably about a couple hours away. We got a few other things. Disneyland's obviously 7 hours away, but
no, I don't want Disneyland. I've been there.
Yeah. Six Flags is my closest one. A couple hours away.
I have a Six Flags too, so I would go to yours to compare it.
There we go with it. Logan Stone. Hopefully he can join us again next week. Hopefully we'll be with you on a Wednesday, showing up on a Thursday with you guys. But tomorrow we'll be with you guys Saturday. That's when you're hearing this. We got a lot of baseball talk along the way. We talked a lot with it. Logan Stone, Josh Edwards. You guys have a good weekend.